People got things to do. I got
Indeed.
well, you know, my
Might be
I should
a quiet one today, so see what happens. But yeah, welcome. This game and all that. Like the highly decorated Christmas tree they've got there. Just waiting for the other player to join, and we'll get underway.
coming week. I've got all kinds of stuff.
I did notice. I must have cleared the screen. I don't know if he's connected or if he's still waiting to connect.
My system is updating. It's taking forever to update, so.
Okay. I must have actually. I can't remember if I'm not sure if I updated. If there was a new update since the last one I did a couple of days back. I haven't done it, so see what happens. Invite out. Just so more for me than anything else, because that way I can hear when you've got and stuff. So I'll pop that in there and going while we wait. Obviously, only one of you can see the tree at the moment, but that is a tree that you would have found yourself and basically found some decorations, and you've probably got it hidden away somewhere because it's found.
Probably up in the flipping attic.
You wouldn't be allowed to keep it, that's for sure. Unluck, unarmored hero, and wound cap. Let's make sure I turn those on. So yeah, we're using Dunluck, unarmored hero, and wound cap on this one. So you can.
Oh, he's delusional. He thinks he's not really human. He probably thinks he's a badger and he's going to hiss at people a lot. Badgers are mean.
Sounds good to me. Gritty damage, gang up, Jacob bonus, jokes, wild. Automation, setting rules. Unarmored hero is on, damage cap is on. Yep, there we go. Dumb luck. Remind myself of dumb luck. I know that allows you to spend a penny even after a critical failure. The failure still happens in some way, but you can spend a penny and only one for one more roll. So you can still succeed in failure. Stinky orphan. That update's taking forever. You bought too many products, that's what the problem is.
Yeah, that's at least part of it, yeah.
It certainly is for me when I've got all those updates
There
going.
we go.
Huzzah! See, the fine tree that probably Oliver found.
Yeah, I almost wish you could do a player update or a GM update. Because
Yes.
as a player, I don't need all my fidgety bits because you've got them all.
Yes, that's a good point. Actually, I like that. Yeah, just you want a client update and full update, don't you? Like I just want to play it. I just need to update because the GM's updated and I need the newer version. Just update the client now. I'll do the full update later. Maybe that's one for the wish list. All you wanted was the engine update, wasn't it? That's all you needed. You didn't need any module. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to
I didn't need the 78 other products that it was checking to update.
It's 50 more than that. Pressing really.
Because half of those are just free Forge modules.
Yes.
Oh, it does let me set the dice for 2 different colors for 2 different characters.
That's yes, you can have different dice colors for different characters. Yeah, I found that out the other day on Riffs. Actually, I need to set my pointer color, don't I? Make it festive, shall we? Definitely not a blood red. It's a festive red. There we go. Yeah, we've got White, Derek, Jenny, and Oliver. So I don't need Katie and Mike. Right. As I say, you can admire that your Christmas tree that you have to keep in secret, otherwise Madame Lancaster will dispose of it. But no, when it's a cold winter's night in Madame Lancaster's home for unwanted orphans, but then every winter night is cold there, and you're particularly unwanted. The snow is piling up outside, which is terrible because it means you now have an additional chore to add to your busy days of scrubbing floors and peeling rotten tomatoes. The cruel overseer Mother Grotswine shrieks. Scrub harder, you disgusting orphans. It's almost time for your 6 o'clock beatings and the floor's still covered in filth. There's a picture of Mother Grotswine in all her caring glory. Madame Lancaster's home for unwanted orphans is a bleak and terrible place built from miserable grey bricks. You've lived there together for your entire short lives and have no memories of your birth families. Basically, the only concept of family you've got is the 4 of you, really. The orphanage is owned and managed by Mother Grotswine, a tall, hunched crone who despises children, which does really make you question why she ever got into this job in the first place. She's the orphanage's only resident. She has no people skills, unsurprisingly enough, and she doesn't. She's never bothered learning any of your names. She'll just sort of call you, like in Derek's case, the Stinky one, and then Dwight is the Stinky one's friends, and then Jenny's the girly one, and Oliver's just the weird one. So. That gives you an idea of the levels. But your day's a routine. You're appointed a series of ludicrous chores to complete each day, and each chore seems more ridiculous than the last. So today, for example, in question, you were woken up at 4 a.m. You were ordered to remove mealworms from every potato in the garden, replant the potatoes, bathe the mealworms, repair the roof using no tools. The orphanage isn't made of money to buy tools after all. Wash every window in the orphanage using your tongues. We're not wasting good water on bad orphans. And remove an inexplicable number of mealworms from the bathtub. It's now 6 a.m. And I think at this point, obviously, we should really go over your characters. So what about Derek? Oh, he's still... Why did he load that late? Oh.
Yeah. You see, I'm Derek, and my mom and dad died recently, and it don't matter none because I'm tough. It's I can make things happen. It's all good, man.
Swap it out and go to Jenny next, just to muck up the order.
Of course.
Well, I hate this place, but sooner or later I'll grow up and I'll be out of here. And in the meantime, maybe I'll be a famous artist when I grow up, or a famous inventor, or something. But I won't be an orphan in this horrible place.
Sounds sensible. Back to Dwight.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, it's my turn. What are we doing now? It's okay. Right. I'm Dwight. I like to get into things. I climb. I'm actually one of the big ones that has been assigned to repair the roof so many times. I mean, not that there's much left up there to repair. It's all patches. Crying out loud.
And last but no means least is the one that Grotswine calls the weird one, Oliver.
I'll go do the garden stuff. I like playing in the garden and the plants and stuff.
That sounds good. Right. Okay, so randomly picking a child at random, we get Derek. So it's 6 a.m. and Mother Grotswine suddenly grabs you by the ear, Derek, and sort of shouts in your face, basically, prisoner 24601. There's a snowstorm due tonight, and the West Wing is going to be extremely cold. Therefore, you'll sleep there tonight. Go out into the garden and gather several piles of rocks for all you orphans to sleep on. Hurry up.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I hate being here. I really wish I had someplace else to be, but that's okay. Come on, guys, come on. Let's go gather rocks.
Oh no, the others
And
have got to carry on
Yeah.
cleaning the toilets with their toothbrushes. So we can send Derek. Well, certainly send Derek outside.
And Oliver doesn't say anything, but he snuck in and stole Mrs. Grasswine's toothbrush, so he's using hers, and he'll slip it back later.
No problem. I should put the rest of you in there. Obviously, that's good. If I share this map, there's a complete lack of snow on the ground. So I drew the map and then forgot it. I then remembered it was meant to be snowing at the. It is already snowing at the start, so it hasn't settled yet. But there we go. Did I forget to put the water effect on? Not to worry. So basically, the orphanage is a very remote location. So what you've got is obviously you've got the orphanage over here. Then over here you've got the muddy field. Over here you've got the stony field. Over here you've got big pit, big hole in the ground, and you can always hear things moving around down there. Up to the north here, you've got, and then obviously north of the orphanage, you've got the very steep cliff, just basically down to sea. And south of you, you've got the extremely dark wood. I'll unlock tokens because I don't know what happened there. But yeah, south you've just got the extremely dark wood. Yeah. Let's let you. Oops, the front door should be unlocked. Unlock the front door, open the front door. Let's let you inside quickly. So obviously we'll open up the orphanage. We'll open up. That's your room where all of the orphans sleep together. Open up this door here. Here's the dining room, and here's the kitchen where you orphans get to make the food. The door. This door here is the door to Mother Grotswine's room, and there's another locked door over here, which, as far as you can tell, well, according to it's the playroom, but you've never been allowed in there.
That's where we're sleeping tonight, though, isn't it?
No, I think you're sleeping in your normal cold dorm, so you'll be sleeping in there. It's the West Wing, she said, is the extremely cold area. So.
Okay, Derek will go out and clean rocks, or pick up rocks.
Pick up rocks.
So what is? I'm not seeing a bathroom to clean toilets in.
Maybe, but well, there is a set of stairs down to the basement. I have to admit, actually, when I based it on, obviously I based it on the very hand drawn map that comes in the adventure. There is toilets. My money is there's an outhouse outside, so I forgot to put one on. Let's see if I've got an outhouse. Got an outhouse. I'll add it to the map. You get one in the Deadlands artwork, don't you? No, maybe not. Let's check. No, that's okay. It's just it's that. No, it's Control. No, Shift. Yeah. Anyway, we'll just have it. We'll just build an outhouse there. So it's Control Shift. So I didn't. I put an outhouse. Yeah, you can move it. It's a bit too big, that one. Let's try that again. Control. No, Shift. I'll get it right one day. Okay, So there's the outhouse. So you lot can be cleaning the outhouse. So yeah, as you're basically sort of sorting out the more comfortable stones to sleep on, I suspect later on she may make you take your beds out of your room. I suppose probably shouldn't have put beds in there in the first place, but that's okay. A small dove flutters down and comes to rest on one of the larger stones, and it seems to be watching you for a while. Hey kid, what are you doing with those rocks? Hey look, put them down a moment and listen. I need your help. Things are going afoul this Christmas.
Oliver, I think this is a friend of yours.
It's like Oliver's come over. Do you guys speak English? Hello? Am I talking to myself here?
No, he speaks animal better than I do. But if you're going to keep talking English, then yeah, what?
There's some really amusing stuff in here that I don't know why it thinks you'd say it. I loved it. Actually, it should be pointed out actually that yeah, he said a very strange word. Well, obviously you've got an idea of what Christmas is because you've got a Christmas tree, so that's okay. He goes, "Oh, come on, kid. Christmas is the greatest time of the year. It's the time when Santa Claus flies his way through the night sky, bringing joy and wonder to every child. Or at least it should be, but it's not going to be this year." Apparently, Mother Grotswine told you Santa perished horribly in a terrible accident involving a Boeing 747-800, apparently. But anyway. Yes, we lost Elspeth. She's gone very quiet.
She's moving her tokens around.
Moving tokens, but she can't hear her.
So what are you expecting us to do? I mean, it's not like we've got a car we can go around driving and delivering presents.
Yeah, she said, "Did I lose sound?" God really doesn't like her PC, does it? It's going to be one of those days, I can tell. Sorry, I was losing track. So, shouldn't be the double PCs, but shouldn't be extra load really. Cover these rocks. What do you want to do? You don't cost. Yeah. It's like, well, look, it's awful. Santa's gone missing. Should be disconnected back in a sec. We could give the update, can't you? Because he's talking to you. So you need to come and help us find him. You're our only hope.
Then you may be in a bit of trouble. Dwight, of course, immediately jumps at the opportunity. This is something different.
Indeed, yes. Like you're the one who signed up to. Why me? You're the one who signed up to play this game. Look, all you got to do is break out the orphanage tonight. He says. Once you and your friends have escaped, meet my manager in the heart of the forest.
And what does this manager look like?
Oh, you'll like him, and you'll know him when you see him. But look, I'm running time is short. Just break out of the orphanage tonight. Hurry up about it. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. And with that, eyes off. to reconnect to give her the update. But obviously, you get to make a strength check at -2 to drag several sacks of rocks back to the orphanage. That's unfortunate.
I'll make smaller rocks, smaller loads.
Well,
I only need a -1 instead of a -2.
Can they have some more? Mr. MacD. With more players if you want to jump in. Oh, I heard it. Oh, she's finally dropped out of Discord. Oh. Might be a while, I think. Oh, well, if you don't bring those rocks in, then none of you get any dinner tonight, apparently. You got to do it. If you don't do it, yeah, and obviously they all help you. Then obviously she's obviously doesn't make sense. But yeah, you'll get dinner anyway. You'll be fine. You'll just have to get some help. You want some? Oh.
Well, like I said, I think I'm just going to bring smaller rocks or lighter loads or something.
It's going to be one of those days, I can tell. Technical difficulties left, right, and centre. I don't want to go too far ahead, but well, with some help, you'll get them in. Don't worry. As long as Grotswine doesn't see you doing it, you'll be okay. It's okay. Basically, the fact that you're finding the rocks too heavy to pull in on your own then means you have to go back in and get some more. So unfortunately, you don't get the reward of sour gruel for dinner. Instead, you get the meal of less pleasant gruel, which is made mostly from ground up pieces of coal. There you go. Very nice. Eating for bagels. Doing some weird stuff. Checking. Oh. She was having a problem with Discord yesterday. Oh, yeah. Going Crimson Throne out of interest. I might be talking to myself. I think everyone's gone AFK. Get the impression this game is jinxed and not going to run. AFK. Let's put it that way. Not I can chat away until they come back. The ones out there. I've got 3 people out there and no game, which is quite depressing, really. It's quite frustrating. A 15-second delay on the can ask a question and wait 15 seconds for answers. Aha. Is anyone out there doing anything interesting, gaming-wise? For maybe. Lovely maps and everything. It's really windows in. Overviews look like when they do that. Kind of scintillating. Day to go. Oh, sleepy things have gone away. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just noticed I did put a window in, so you can always sneak a peek in at. Oh damn, the artwork's all gone wrong. Something's happened to my iron bars. They've all moved.
This room right here. What is that? It's still showing black for me.
Oh, that's a cupboard. Did I not open the cupboard up?
No.
That's a cupboard. But there's a door there. I know why I had the front door's locked, because you're supposed to go through the side door. That's why. So let's close the front door and lock it. You got a side door there. That token. An upside door, and then there's a cupboard there. That's all the cleaning products are in there.
Okay. That makes
map
sense.
happened to this map, and it's obviously at some point moved slightly. The iron bars on the windows moved. Putting the iron bars back in place. Yeah, if you sneak around the edges, you should be able to see the windows. You should be able to see in through the windows, including into the playroom that you're never allowed in. Okay, let's fix that. That's got all the iron bars back where they should be. I've got the front door now because you're not supposed to use that door. For important people, not for stinky orphans.
Oh, I'm just walking around. Probably should be using Dwight to do this. I'm just walking around. Or no, Derek's the right one for being the leader, trying to find a way out.
Indeed. The staircase leads down to the coal cellar. I don't have a map for the coal cellar.
I'm not worried about the coal cellar. It's not going to get us out of here, and that's what we're trying to do is get out. So. I like how Fog of War kind of blurs everything that you can't directly see.
Yes, it's a nice touch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of remember what was there, but it's, yeah. I did spend some time, I'm just going to borrow you there. I did spend some time making the room you can't get into. I did spend some time making it look nice.
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
You're just not allowed in there. Why? Because you're not allowed to have fun. I get the impression that we might have to reschedule this one.
I was going to say, you may need to save this for next year at this rate.
I might do that. We might have to, mightn't we? Give her another 10 minutes. But enjoying Crimson Throne while we're waiting.
No, very much. Yes.
You think so? I'm not sure, but I think in some ways I think I prefer it to the first one. But it's more interesting, story-wise, background-wise. I don't know.
I'm doing want my voice back.
Yes, you've got your voice back.
Okay, well then let me. Yeah, because I can't play if I can't talk. You just might as well put a gun to my head. I can't live if I can't talk. I mean, it's like, oh my god.
It's like an Italian. You put handcuffs on them and they can't speak.
That's what they used to say. Because when I was little, I was always twisting my fingers when I was talking, and somebody told me that my uncles used to say that if you trapped her hands, she wouldn't be able to talk.
Hmm.
As far as I know, not an ounce of Italian blood anywhere. It's that damn French ancestry.
Basically, all you've missed apparently is you've got to break out of the orphanage tonight and rescue Santa.
Yeah, and I want when I see Santa, I want to ask him why the hell he never bothers with us. I mean, we're kids too.
You was told that he, as I said, you were told that he was killed in an accident involving a Boeing 747 years ago. That's why you've never questioned up to now why he never comes.
Yeah,
More
but
like-
now we're questioning because it's like, well, he's real and he's perfectly fine, so why don't he ever come see us?
Well, the very depressing and horrifying thought is it's probably a case of he does, and Mother Grotswine nicks all the presents.
Always sells them.
Yeah, probably does. Well, as I say, if you walk slowly past the window for the playroom, you can see there is a playroom in there, and it's obviously been furnished by someone in the past. Probably from lots of donations from nice people who want orphans to be looked after, and obviously don't realise how rotten Mother Grotswine is. But anyway, while it's reconnecting you, after dinner, you're sent down into the coal cellar to polish the coal. It's interesting, actually. It seems when you connect now, it sort of connects with an empty square with your player name and obviously until you pick your character, then it changes to the character name. I'm not seeing.
Actually, that appeared when she disappeared.
Mm.
Yeah, and the other thing being is that I noticed when we're on the map, whatever character we're hovering over, their portrait appears in the upper left-hand corner of the map too.
Does it? Oh, interesting. That's useful. It tells you which character you got selected, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't accidentally target the wrong guy.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I noticed that. That's really cool. Like that, yeah.
I think what happened, I got a Windows update the other night, and then Discord, I don't know, it went flipping nuts last night. I'm going to bed, I'm not messing with this stuff. But there was a bunch of servers that were rendered inoperable, including all of mine. But it didn't just render me inoperable there. I couldn't go over to any channel.
I did see your message, so you did get onto mine somehow, but yeah. You do have adventure cards as well. Mother Grotswine is deliberately not a token on the map as such because she's such a formidable entity, and the concept of actually fighting her or something like that is quite unusual. But obviously, I have statted her for tests and stuff, and obviously, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So basically, you're down in the cellar polishing coal, and at some point in the past, you've probably asked why you have to go down to the cellar in the evening to polish coal, It's clearly a pointless task, and you basically you understand it's just so basically to get you out of the way, so she can watch the latest episode of EastEnders, a popular soap, on her own. But it does give you a chance to plan in private. So all you got to do is come up with a plan to escape. Bring you in
Wait,
here.
does Grotswine drink?
Sorry?
Does this old lady drink?
Oh, most certainly, like a fish, probably.
And it's Christmas Eve, right?
It is.
Well, Oliver and Jenny are going to slip into the kitchen and brew up a batch of tea. Oliver is very good with plants. He really likes plants. And he found one that every time he chews it, it puts him right to sleep. So they're gonna crush some of that up and brew it into tea, and then go slipping, knocking on the door where she's hanging out, and tell her, Mrs. Grotswine, we don't want to interrupt, but it's Christmas Eve and we made you some fresh tea.
Okay. How persuasive do you think you can be?
Let's see. Well, not great, but I'll try. I'll Benny it one time. Somehow I got lots of bennies.
You have indeed.
That's better.
That is better. She obviously that would be that would she's obviously the television's kept in her room because you're not allowed to television, it'll rot your brain. But obviously she obviously by saying that outside the door, she gets up, opens the door, so you get to peek inside into her room, and you can see basically the TV sort of sits mounted in this sort of wooden cabinet over here, and she's reclining on this lounger on the other side, and she basically lets you bring the tea over to her.
Yeah, and I know him better than to, look around or be nosy because she'll, knock the tea on the floor. I just walk around and I with my eyes downcast and I set the tea in front of her and it's like, it's Christmas Eve and we wanted to do something nice because, well, you take care of us all year long. And then I'm going to back out of the room.
Okie dokie. Yep,
And the tea is
she wasn't smart enough to work. She wasn't smart enough to see detect any insincerity in your comments there. So
and the
okay.
tea will not, and then I go back and whisper, she took the tea. So in about an hour, Oliver said she'll be out like a light and we can just sneak out. We don't have to break out.
Well, it's an hour later, and you can hear the dulcet tones of the program finishing, and snores coming from their room.
And I go over and listen at the door. I think she's sleeping. I think we can get out of here now.
And off we go. South into the dark wood.
Just got to get out of the orphanage.
The door is locked. And we already know all the windows are nailed shut, aren't they?
With bars.
I'm betting the ones in her room aren't locked.
Yeah, but opening the door on that cold is going to wake her up.
Well, maybe if just one of us slip through and come around and maybe we can get the door open from the outside.
Now we need the keys that she's always got.
Well, Oliver, how deep do you sleep? I mean, does their stuff wake you up during that? I mean, will she?
But
Well, you see, I've been able to sneak in there once or twice, but usually that's whenever she's not in there.
Oh, we're gonna have to try something, unless they're, like one of the attic windows. Did she secure those too? Or are there basement? There's those little tiny windows they usually have in basements here. I don't know about there.
No, it'll be completely underground. There'll be a locked door outside that the coal would be poured down. Although why anyone's got a coal chute in the 80s, I don't know, especially in the UK with its clean air bills. But obviously, this is fantasy UK, so that'll be locked up as well.
Can I use repair to try to get through the lock from the
You
inside
certainly
first?
can, you could certainly use repair to attempt to basically take the door off the hinges. There's all sorts of tools in the tool room, stuff.
Well, I
With
sent
stuff
the
you could
boys
cobble it.
to get to get the tools, and I'm gonna see if we can get this door apart. We got to get out of
Yeah, we got to go resurrect Santa Claus.
here. I just hit a 12 on Mr. Fix It with the tools you guys scavenged.
Okie dokie. Right. In that case, you won't need to sneak past Grotswine, so that's okay.
Hey guys, it's open. Let's get out of here. Before she wakes up, once we're gone, I mean, it's going to take her a while to find us.
Out the door we go.
Out into the cold, snowy night. A badger waiting for you nearby. So, the question is, do you want to ransack the orphanage for anything before you go?
But I'm going to go load my pockets, and Oliver's going to load his pockets full of them rocks.
Well, I mean, if you go for the orphanage, you can find quite an interesting amount of equipment, which I shall put in the party sheet now. I've just popped in the.
But we're just trying to do it so because we don't want to risk waking her up.
Yeah, no, but basically, the point I'm saying is, from experience, there's a lot there. I've just put in the party sheet all the possible stuff you could take with you without making too much noise and taking hardly any time at all.
Oh, of course, Dwight is going to take the slingshot.
Just take them away.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's backpacks. You reckon? Yeah, you could. You said coal. You can make a bag of coal. To hit things with. There's a couple of brooms, which obviously give you a bit of reach. There's a carving knife. Obviously, there's lots of food. There's food and drink, 1 day's worth. So obviously, there's enough food for 6 people. 6 days worth of food and drink for all of you. There's the iron skillet. There's the rolling pin. There's the iron poker. Didn't get the brooms for each one. The brooms are meant to have for each one. That's the whole point of it.
Oliver's a little. He's weird, so he takes a knife. Hey, I might find some plants I can cut up for us. Oh, there's food here.
Oh yeah, because obviously if you actually go, that does require you to take food out of Grotswine's cupboard rather than your own. But there is food if you want to take it.
Oh, does it? Okay. We may not want to do that then.
Yeah, but without it,
Oliver sneaks in there and gets some food because he's starving. Are nice and all that, but sometimes meat is nice.
You might need a backpack to carry it all in. Basically, this is your only chance to equip yourself. So.
I'm gonna take a backpack and I'm going out to the rock pile. My backpack's gonna be full of nice round little rocks.
Yeah, you can just add some rocks to your backpack. Problem. Say help yourselves. So, snow's falling gently on the trees that surround the orphanage, with many snowflakes perching on the barren branches. Those that slide their way, trees' fingers bustle around you, creating a chilly aura that is nonetheless exhilarating. The first time in longer than you can remember, you are free. Yet the forest leads ever onwards ahead of you. It surrounds the orphanage a mile deep in all directions. Even the dirt road leading into town, lost in the snowfall. But you were told to head into the centre of the dark woods to find the Dove's manager. So when you finish loading up, you can head off into the woods.
Jenny got everything she wanted, and Oliver got everything he wanted.
Okie doke.
Yeah, I think we're set.
Okies. Head into the woods. So
That's an awesome musical.
I have to admit. That's why I really admit I did say it with that in mind. So anyway, obviously you head into the woods, and after a while, as the snow gets deeper and deeper, the path you were walking on, following, is completely covered in snow. And after about an hour or so, everywhere you look, seems identical. In fact, now the snow's falling rapidly. That quite heavily, and it's getting, as you look, your footprints are filling up suspiciously fast. The snow covering you up. So you're beginning to think you've become lost in the woods.
Badger. He's an animal. He might. Oliver starts talking to his badger.
Yep.
And he tells Brock, can you find our way? And he'll just go wherever Brock leads at this point.
No problem. I can get. Oh. Oops. Close that one off. There isn't a map for now, so I won't worry too much about that. Close that one. So yeah, Brock basically sort of he's finding it heavy going in the snow. He's getting quite deep now, but he thinks you should head that way. I want to say north, south, east, or west, because you're without any compass or stars to guide by. You're not entirely sure, but you think that's a good idea. So you start trudging. You all start trudging. Start trudging that way.
And it occurs to Jenny that if our tracks are filled up, even if they discover us missing, they're not going to be able to follow us because there's not going to be any tracks to follow.
No, indeed. It's to say the snow does let up a bit now. It's still falling quite hard, but it's not as fierce as it was. But after a while,
I don't
have a notice
the map,
check.
so I'm getting a black.
Yeah, there isn't a map at the moment. It's all theatre of the mind. Jenny, you notice somewhere up ahead you notice some tracks in the snow.
And Oliver notices that the badger has perked up his nose and is sniffing in that direction. Hey guys, here's some tracks.
Any of you have survival?
So let's follow them. I mean, that's kind of why we're here, right?
They're your tracks. Look, you can even see Brock's footprints. You're fairly certain that what you've discovered is the tracks you left in the snow 10 minutes ago.
We're going in a circle. Brock,
Brock looks uh, forlorn and confused, but yeah. In the distance, you hear a twig snap. What sounds like voices.
oh, better go quiet too.
Dwight starts walking towards the snapping twigs.
Okay. As you get a bit closer, you see two large adults trudging through the snow, talking loudly to one another. Oh, blimey, announces one of the men as he trudges through the snow. This is bleeding heavy. He struggles to carry a large burlap sack over his shoulder, which seems to twitch and convulse violently. The other man carries a shovel and has a pirate's eye patch over one eye, and he sneers at his colleague. Don't be such a weed, he hisses. It's all in a day's work for a pair of Blighton-esque smugglers, which is what we are. They're heading straight towards you, and we'll probably see you very soon. You.
Well, Oliver being a little bit delusional and not, so he's gonna go running out there and get in their path.
Consider the path of smugglers who are obviously always mortal enemies of children in stories like this, after all, really.
Really, because we're just lost orphans. We need to find our way back, and the snow is so deep, sir. We're cold.
Okie dokie.
I'm betting you want a persuasion.
Well, but just before you do, just before you do that, they do as you start running towards them. The smuggler carrying the large sack drops it to the ground with an exhausted sigh. Eugene, he asks, why do we have to smuggle something this heavy? Can't we smuggle gold doubloons or something? The other smuggler, the one dressed as a pirate, scoffs. Gold doubloons? What type of pantomime characters do you take us for? Now, quick, let's start digging before those 5 cantankerous youngsters and their pet dogs stumble along and foil our plans again. At which point you come running out. And make your persuasion check.
Yeah, I already did the speech. That was Oliver because he went running ahead. And he's gonna Benny at one time.
Well, the smuggler with an eye patch smiles as you basically shows as you state your story. He appears to tear up, and a big smile appears upon his face.
And please, sir, do you got any food in that sack there? We're so hungry.
In back in. Oliver ran forward. I do like that little icon thing up the top. You'll see the rest of you stood back for now. And so the smuggler with the eye patch who appears to be dressed like a pirate, basically. It's interesting. Hang on, is there a lighting issue here? There we go. Let's turn the lighting off. I don't think it was working. There you go. And Brock with him. Okay. Goes, quick, orphans, grab them. They'll sell for a handsome amount on the streets of Victorian London.
Oh, sir, we just want help. We're not hurting anybody. If you don't want to help us, we'll go away. And he whispers or communicates with Badger if can Badger smell what's in that sack.
From here, Brock probably can spell the sack. He does seem intrigued by it. But anyway, Dwight. It would appear that Oliver's going to basically be kidnapped and sold on the streets of Victorian London, apparently.
Victorian London in the 1980s?
Yep. Obviously,
Must walk
So-
through time warp.
Dwight is going to step forward to there. You
okay.
ain't taking us nowhere. And then he's going to use the slingshot to whack him.
Okay. Go for it. Okay, you hit the pirate. You hit the pirate with the slingshot. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Close, but
That's
no, they're meant to be tough, but obviously gag up.
Yeah.
Right. Oops. Sorry. I clicked on the smuggler just as the thing moved, and it moved everyone else down. Okay, so the eye patchless smuggler is not the one who got hit in the head. He's basically going to come forward, and he's going to attempt to make a grab at Oliver. I obviously didn't turn on fast extension. So, Oliver, you get to make an athletics check to try and avoid being grappled by the smuggler. Yep, no problem at all. You just squirm out of the way. And then that brings us...
He's getting away from Mother What's-Her-Face.
Indeed, Mother Grotswine. That brings us to Jenny.
And Jenny ruffles around in her backpack and she pulls out a rock and she comes over here. You leave him alone. Oh, she comes over this way. You leave him alone, and she's going to throw a rock at the one that's trying to grab Oliver. And I made some...
Yep, that's fine. I was just about to do it, but you've done it. Rocks would probably be...
I figured strength plus D4, basically. Or
Oh, yeah, yes, that's fine. That's not a problem. I think the range. Hey, you throw a rock. Ooh, that was a good hit. Oh, you target yourself. Oh, yeah, that's fine. You didn't target yourself. I got very confused there. Yeah, throw a rock at the smuggler trying to grab Oliver, and it bounces off his head and shakes him. He yells out in pain.
And you don't have Benny Brock on as Oliver's partner.
Oh,
Wait, never mind. Okay,
I do. Brock is on the event. Is on as Oliver's partner. Okay. The eye patch smuggling basically walks away from the pit. They just started digging when you came running out. He comes running over and goes, "Mister, you can't have you throwing rocks. That's a very bad thing. Teach you manners before we sell you." And completely fails to grab you. Completely. Derek.
Now, Derek is going to go over to the next to Jenny and give her a hand.
Okay.
Give him a punch in the nuts. Okay. No, I said give him a punch in the nuts.
Guys don't like you today.
No, they don't. There we go.
There we go.
Benny's.
Indeed. Okay, well, basically, he's up. Yeah, you punch him. He basically doubles over and goes cross-eyed.
Oh, Oliver digs around in his backpack because I'm not being taken to be sold nowhere, and he drags out the carving knife.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I shouldn't have given you the carving knife. Everything else is non-lethal. The carving knife is a bit dangerous. Oh well, that's my mistake.
Well, I'm gonna just let it ride as a miss this time.
Yeah, that's okay. Carving
And
knives aren't really the spirit of Christmas, are they?
the
Mistake on my
badger's
part.
gonna go around to the sack, wherever the sack is, and he's gonna start chewing away at the sack.
Tavis says, "Please, sir, can they have more beddies?" Of course they can. Okay, yeah, you go over to the sack. Yeah, it's definitely wiggling. There's a badly tied rope around it, which Brock can quite easily pull open if he wants to.
Well, Brock can pull it open because I was gonna just have him chew through.
Oh yeah, no, he can pull it open. You know, animals are always
Okay,
clever.
well, he's gonna pull the rope loose and
Okay, he pulls the rope loose, and basically a young reindeer springs out, lashing with its hooves as he goes. Unfortunately, Brock's going to have to make an evasion check, or might get trampled by the reindeer.
evasion is what?
Agility -2. It's only bumps and bruises, but honestly. That's okay. They'll go in an hour or so. It literally just basically he doesn't expect a reindeer to pop out of the sack. The reindeer that comes out seems bigger than the sack. It's quite weird. And then basically snorts, looks at everyone, and basically runs off into the woods. Would anyone like to make a notice check? Anyone else?
I rolled that from Jenny's sheet.
No, don't worry about it. It's because of the combat tracker. It's fine. It's because the combat tracker is currently on Brock, and you own Brock, so it treats it as that. Even it shows Jenny, but it says Brock, so I know Jenny rolled it. So Dwight and Jenny, you do notice that the reindeer had quite a glowing red nose as it ran off out of the bag.
Forget these guys. Let's go follow the deer. It might lead us out of here.
Okay, well look at that. That's Jenny gets the Joker, which means you all get bennies. Unfortunately, so did the eye patchless smuggler. But Jenny, you're up first.
Well, she's gonna take one punch at the guy that's trying to grab her and then try to run off.
Okay.
That would be unarmed.
Would be unarmed, yeah. I was just reading ahead. He's still shaking if you want to make a run for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a run for it. I'm going after the badger because it must have went this way, right?
Yeah.
And she's gonna go running.
Leaving Derek on his own. Okay, the eye patchless smuggler recovers. He's going to basically make another grab at Oliver. Getting a 5. He may well grab hold of Oliver unless Oliver can evade this with an athletics check. She does. That gets us to Dwight. Oliver obviously thinks the carving knife is his claws, doesn't he?
Dwight is going to, you know what? That seemed to be pretty effective over there against the one with the eye patch. So let's go ahead and punch this guy in the nuts.
At the right height.
Oops, forgot to
Just,
target.
oh, you did target, no. So that would have been a 6. Which would have hit.
Okay.
There's a gang up bonus. Oh, look at that slow roll over.
Yeah, he's gonna not be walking anywhere for a while.
That's obviously
He's
not
been paying attention to those lessons that Derek has been giving him.
Indeed. I cannot. Oh, wait, he's already done it as non-lethal. That's okay. I can't remember the film, but I do remember there was a scene in something where this guy got attacked in the nuts and by someone, someone basically doing a Jackie Chan style martial arts, and the opponent sort of coughed up 2 walnuts. That's definitely. That's definitely, with that amount of damage, that's definitely what happens here. You punch the guy, he doubles over, and then it looks like he coughs up 2 walnuts as he literally just collapses on the ground. I want blood stats.
And then
just...
takes off north to go follow that reindeer.
Okie dokie. And will bring us to Oliver.
Oliver isn't going to abandon his friend. He's going to run over here and slash at this guy with his knife.
Okie dokie.
Come on, we got to get out of here.
That's a hit.
Oh, I'm going to Benny at one time.
Okie dokie.
It just wants bennies. If you feed it bennies, it'll do whatever you want.
Okay. Basically, Oliver slashes at the eye patch wearing pirate, who basically, smuggler, who basically backs off, going, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's no need to get that violent. Slips on a patch of ice and hits his head on a tree trunk, knocking him out. Obviously, because obviously.
And then we all run after the damn reindeer. Hey, we should be able to follow it. Its nose was kind of glowy, and maybe it'll light up.
Indeed. So leaving both of the smugglers lying unconscious on the floor, we are able to what I'm looking for. Rudolph. There. Treat as a proper chase. Move you back. Most certainly is not meant to be an enemy. And what we shall do is that works. That do fine. Okie dokie. Where were we? Okay. So basically, with you all giving chase, the reindeer canters into a small clearing in the woods and lightly hops over to a fallen tree. It nudges the old tree, knocking some accumulated snow from its top. Behind the tree, something grunts and groans. All right, I'm up. Jeez. Stumbling onto the log is a small, fluffy creature yawns and stretches. It's a penguin. It looks over to you and gives a startled cry. Oh, bleeding heck, they're here. Okay. Tokens are unlocked.
Well, Oliver is going to approach him because he likes animals. He goes, "Don't be afraid of us. We want to help."
When I say a penguin, I mean it looks exactly like the picture I've shared with you, not a penguin. So it's a furry penguin, as it were.
It's a stuffed penguin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a comment about how that reindeer is obviously drinking more than Miss Grotswine, but I'm wondering if I drank some of that too.
The penguin sits down on the log and motions for you children to come over. Meanwhile, the reindeer trots back and forth, chewing on bits of fallen leaves and generally being unremarkable. The penguin waves a flipper at the children. So, you're the saviours of Christmas then? Somehow I figured you'd be taller.
Well, we don't know about saviors, but we're gonna try. What can we do?
Derek's gonna look down at him and go, "Not much taller, though."
You've been chosen, mostly by me, you see. We need children who's, what's the word, disposable. No. Destined, yep, definitely destined. We are people who are destined for an important mission. Definitely not disposable, nope.
Huh. So, what's the mission?
You forgot anything here? Well, basically, let's see. Trying to see if I've got any good ones there, but well, basically, he already said, "Oh, well, I didn't know how to explain. You got to save Santa. And the only ones who can save Santa is you. Yeah, definitely the case because you're destined. Remember, you're destined to save Santa." Yeah.
It's kind of hard to save somebody who's already dead, isn't it?
Dead? Who told you Santa was dead, eh? I mean, what on earth? Where would you get such a strange idea? I don't know, kids today.
Well, the kind lady that oh, sorry, I just can't say that. The woman that takes care of us said that he got crashed into a 747.
Yes, I can see she's got a sense of humour. Yes, but as I say, no, that's not the case. He's most certainly not dead. I don't know why anyone would think he is. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on there. But anyway, as I say, you're destined to save him. So all you've got to do is go and basically
Save him.
go and free him. All you got to do is just fly over to where he is and free him where he's being held hostage. Simple as that, really.
But we don't fly.
My wings are not working.
Well, okay. Well, that's okay. Well, as you see, as it happens, this here reindeer over here, who's busy having a poop in the corner over here, that's the mighty Rudolph, Lord of all reindeer. You can fly on his back to where Santa is being held hostage.
He looks kind of small. Can he carry all of us?
Oh, he certainly can. Definitely, I'm sure of it.
So then Jenny's going to get all brave and she's going to walk over and she goes, "Mr. Rudolph, my friend helped get you out of that bag and we need to get to Santa and this little guy here says you could take us there." Hello?
Hello? No, I'm just trying to... as you get closer, yeah, you're quite correct. As your assessment, Jenny, is he's not that big. He's not big enough to get all of you there. I mean, reindeer as a whole aren't actually that large, and this one would most certainly struggle under the collected weight of numerous young people. And you reckon his legs will just give out? He'll collapse into the snow.
And then Oliver is going to go over there because he can talk to animals. Going, please, this person over here says that you could help us get to Santa so we can save him. But we don't want to hurt you.
Rudolph sort of basically looks very sad and shakes his head. He droops his head and his antlers come down and touch the snow. You get the distinct impression that something's very wrong.
Please, we can't help Santa if you can't help us.
Derek's going to turn back towards the penguin and go, okay, so why is he seeming so reluctant to carry us? Is there something you're not telling us?
Let me see now. I suspect he doesn't. I mean, he's been having crisis of confidence lately, and I think he doesn't feel he can take you to the cave. Which is thousands of miles. Yeah, which is thousands of miles away. You will fly to the very heart of the frozen lands, and there you'll find a cave. There, Santa's cruel oppressor holds him captive.
And who is this cruel oppressor?
Oh, that is the most terrifying and nightmarish creature known to man. Full-grown adults quail in terror at the sound of his name.
Still waiting to hear it.
That's right, they quail in terror at the sound of his name. His gaze turns the blood of men and women to ice in their veins. He is the demon of Christmas, the dread beast Krampus.
Yeah, I had a grandpa that was kind of a beast. I understand fearing him some. Okay, so what can we do?
Well,
how can we make this work?
Well, I think basically, I think the problem, I think as the way you see it is, Rudolph doesn't think he'd carry all five of you, including Brock, and well, six, including Alfie. Though none of you's asked him his name yet, so I won't tell you his name. Deal with all that. But obviously, I think the problem is he doesn't think he can do it. But you're fairly confident that once he's in the air, then it won't be a problem. So I think the problem is basically Oliver talking to him gets the distinct impression it's all about a crisis of confidence. So I think if you can propel Rudolph into the air or convince him that he can actually fly everyone there, you'll be okay. But
So let's do this in stages. Let's see what his limit is, and one at a time we'll climb up on your back, Rudolph, and you'll go fly a little loop around through the air to see if it's okay for you to fly real far with that person on, and then we'll put another person on, and we'll just keep adding until we're either all on or you decide that it's not safe enough for you to try and carry all of us. How does that sound?
He nods. He nods, looking a bit. He looking very. You get the distinct impression he's very unsure of himself. He nods.
Oliver, when he nods, Oliver's going to climb up on his back, and then he's going to whisper into his ear, "You seem to be a friend of Santa's. And I was told when I was little that if something's important enough and it's about things you care about, that you can do anything. And if you want to help Santa, you got to get way deep inside you and
I think we just lost you again.
I don't think we lost you. No, I heard
Nope.
you. Sorry, you're back.
Okay.
What you
So you
got
didn't hear
deep
anything?
inside you is the last bit we heard. I was really enjoying it, has to be said.
Deep inside you, you've got to reach inside and find that thing in you that cares enough and says, I have to do this. I can do this. I can do this. I think I can, and you can.
I'm going to. I really enjoyed the story there. So I'm going to give you a +2 circumstantial bonus to your Oliver's persuade roll. Convince reindeer he really can fly. But otherwise, I mean, it should be pointed out. Jenny could probably be thinking the lines of Trebuchet, you know. But Oliver's done it. He admits that the perfect chance to build a trebuchet there and fire Rudolph into the air. But yeah, you convince Rudolph that he can in fact fly, and him and Oliver and Rudolph do a complete circuit of the clearing, you know, and he comes back to land, and his nose glows with brightness, and the penguin basically smiles and goes, right, suppose that's it. That looks like we've done it. So, like I said, you were destined to save Santa. This just proves it. Destined, definitely destined. Not disposable.
Come on, Rudolph. We got a Santa to save. And I wave for that's Oliver, and he waves for everybody else to climb up.
And we all climb up.
Thank you. This one's it's free. It's 2 players, that's what it is. I'm not complaining, I'm having fun. You missed out some good stuff there. I'm just going to read you the stuff you didn't ask Alfie because it did make me smile. You're supposed to, so because you didn't ask him his name, basically tells you that mortal, if I were to speak my true name, the sound of it would render your feeble minds and brains and scatter your rend your feeble human brains and scatter your mind asunder like sand on the beach. So he tells you to call him Alfie. And if you call him cute, he doesn't like that. He says, cute am I? I'm a terrible eldritch entity from beyond the boundaries of the infinite cosmos. I am not cute. Don't make me wave my flipper at you in annoyance. So you get the idea.
Are you coming with us?
Yeah, he's coming with you. Yeah, so you've journey through the snow. Okay, Rudolph soars up into the sky with the orphans on the back. He soars through the trees and up into the starlit sky. So there we are. At this point, of course, you can definitely think of some sort of Christmassy tune that we can't sing for copyright reasons, but I'm sure there's songs that would come to mind as you're flying along on the back of a reindeer. After what seems quite some time, Rudolph descends slowly through the snow, lightly touching down on the side of a mountain. As you climb off the reindeer, there's no map for this one again. You all see that around the mountain's base is a dense and heavy forest, not unlike the one you left many hours before. Alfie looks at you and says, we'll just climb down and we'll be at our destination. Come along, children. With that, the penguin levitates off the ground and starts gently floating down the mountainside.
Okay, that was reasonably impressive. Derek will go ahead and get off and start following. Dwight is looking to see if he can identify any kind of differences in these trees from where we just were. Because I think we just flew around in a circle.
Sorry, did I hear that right? Derek's not climbing down, he's jumping. Or did I mishear you?
Yeah, no, Derek is jumping down.
It's hundreds and hundreds of feet to the bottom. Sure, you don't want to climb.
Oh, I thought he had landed.
No, he landed at the top of the mountain, and Alfie says you just got to climb down the mountain.
Oh, I was jumping down off of Rudolph, not off the mountain.
Oh, exactly. That's why I got confused. You could jump off Rudolph, most certainly. Yes. Sorry. Alfie climbed down off Rudolph and then said, "Right, all you got to do is climb down." And then he just stepped off. He stepped off the side of the mountain, and you can see him slowly levitating down the mountain. Obviously, with flippers, he can't climb.
How steep is this slope?
It's quite horrible. It'll be an athletics check at -2 to climb down.
Well, not climb down. Jen's gonna look around for a reasonably sized log or something that we can turn into, we can slide down on.
Make
You'll
it
know no,
toboggan.
it's too steep for that. It's probably a 45-degree angle or something. It's from a distance. It looks like those mountains that you're drawing like an upside down W or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably would do it. There's no trees anyway. This high up.
Would Rudolph fly us down?
Apparently, I think Rudolph's worn out at this point.
Okay, well, there's Jennifer's athletics at -2.
Okay, Jennifer. Oh, you won't have the joke bonus, alas. So that's a fail. But don't worry about that. So as Jenny starts climbing down, there's a slight. Oh, who's?
That's Derek going crazy with those
Derek
dice.
starts climbing down. Oliver's making the climb down. Jenny basically starts climbing, and then basically she lets go. The last thing that Dwight, Derek, and Oliver see is the absolute look of abject horror on Jenny's face as she plummets the many miles down. You can just see her spiraling away until she disappears into the darkness below.
That is going to leave a mark.
And as you can imagine, that's quite terrifying for poor Jenny.
When she reaches the bottom, she's gonna lay there catching her breath and going, "I hope they catch up soon."
It's okay. I'll just sort that out. It didn't work. Let's try that again. That hurt. Anyway, after a couple of hours climbing, the three boys get to the bottom of the mountain. You find Jenny and Alfie sitting waiting for you at the bottom, and actually, it looks like Rudolph came down as well. Jenny, what happened is obviously at some point you fell faster and faster, accelerating towards the ground, and then basically just before you hit the ground, your descent slowed and you floated gently until your feet touched on the ground. Looking up in shock, you looked at Alfie, who just looks up at you and says, "Everyone floats down here."
Really? And she's gonna start jumping up and down.
But obviously, the boys takes a bit longer to climb down, and yeah, as I say, Jenny and Alfie and Rudolph are all at the bottom waiting for you.
Rudolph, you kind of suck. You know that? You landed us way up there and then flew down here by yourself. Really? Come on. That's no way to be a team player.
Oliver tells you, "Be nice to him. He's trying."
I think the poor guy looks knackered. He did fly you here for hundreds of miles, or even if it was in circles, it took quite a time. Okay. As you reach the bottom, a cave sits burrowed into the base of a mountain. As you approach, you can attempt a notice check. What is it about adventures with kids? They go really fast. Okay, Jenny the crafty one got an 11. Oliver got the 7. Dwight and Derek are obviously still discussing what a dick Rudolph is. You notice oversized hoof prints in the snow. Oliver, I know you've got survival. You can make a survival tracking check if you want. You determine that the most recent ones are only a few hours old and lead out of the cave and into the forest.
And then I go over and look at Rudolph's hoof to see if those are ones Rudolph left.
No, they're much. Rudolph's hooves are. considerably smaller.
But if he's being held in the cave, these lead away from the cave.
Right. That's Grandpa, Crumpus or whatever his name is. That left.
Does he have hooves?
I don't know. I know Santa doesn't.
Well, they're not Rudolph, so.
You on the cave map if you decide to go into the cave.
Because we know we need to go for the cave, so we're going into the cave.
Yep.
Okay. The entrance into the cave is initially dark and wet with a very slippery floor. You need some athletics checks to not slip and slide, which is sloping downwards. As it stands, Jenny's the only one who's going to basically fall and basically slide at high speed into one of the walls.
Yeah, Derek just kind of does this whole surfing thing.
Yeah. So basically, failure on this check means you fall out. You slip on the wet stones and roll head over heels into the cave, which will result in minor bumps and bruises.
Well, I'll take it because she's already proven that she's kind of clumsy, right?
Fair enough.
Slid down the mountain, slide down the cave. Hey, I should have got me a sled. Hey, maybe Santa will give me a sled for Christmas. Maybe he'll give us homes.
Indeed. As you basically, obviously, as you look from the darkness of the area of the cave you're in, you can see up ahead. The cave appears to, but you see the cave. You can see a cave that appears to be illuminated by candles mounted on rocks.
Oh, those candles will be warm, and Jenny goes running in because the candles got fire, and fire is warm. She wants to be warm.
I don't know what happened. Oh, let's turn off. Let's turn off. Snap to grid. There we go. Snap to grid. It's turned off. What are the rest of you up to?
They're warming her hands over the candles. Come on, guys! I don't see anything. We all stand around the candles getting warm.
Should be pointed out that there's a rather large table over there with an oversized chair, but what you do notice is the smell of food coming from it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Derek probably would not have gone towards the fire once he saw that there was a table over there. He probably would have gone that way.
Oversized table and chair. It's Derek, as you get closer, as you approach the table of the chair, you deduce that it's definitely Krampus size. On the table, amid an array of candles, is a suitably large Christmas cake. The fire has a basic. The fire basically has a cauldron bubbling over it with some brown liquid bubbling away inside it.
That kind of looks like a cage there at the back of the cave, so let's all head that general direction.
He goes, I wouldn't bother. That's just the reindeer. They're boring. The voice calls out, "Who are you calling boring, Flappy Bird?" At which point, Alfie and the reindeer start bickering back and forth.
Well, if we get the reindeer out, they can help us. Jenny's gonna go over to the cage and start looking over the lock and seeing if there's anything she can do to get it open. Did I lose sound again? Oh my god.
No, you didn't do sound.
No, you're fine. You're
Okay.
fine.
Adding the rest. I'm just adding some reindeer to the there we go. 6, isn't there? Meant to be 8. I can't remember. There's 6 in there for ease. Run out of tokens.
If she examines the locks, as you know.
Basically, well, yeah, it's yeah, it just appears to be yeah, it's a where is it? It's yeah, it's a big, yeah, it's just a big pen.
Lock something easy for us to open and let them loose, or is it something that will take some?
Well, the arguing between the reindeer and the birds really frustrating. It's really affecting your ability to concentrate on things. But yeah, you should be able to. I think you can. There is a lock. The lock looks. There is a big lock on the pen, and I'm going to accept those for narrative reasons. Just yet. Yeah, there is a lock on the pen. It looks like a very good, secure lock. Someone might be able to pick it, but you'd probably be better off finding the key if you want the reindeer out. One of the reindeers stops and walks over to you and explains that his name's Prancer, and he explains that Santa's locked in a cage deeper in. He explains that the fiend Krampus keeps the key to Santa's cage on him at all times, and also the key to this pen on a cord around the beast's neck. And obviously, yeah, you didn't want to go that way, so I will let you go that way. Sorry. Derek wants to. You wanted to go that way, I believe, Derek. Sorry.
Well, I wanted to kind of look that direction. I
Yeah.
didn't want to go up that far.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't see much.
I'm
I'm just assuming you're sort of sticking
until I got
around.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. You keep going down, and yeah, indeed, you can see a cage in the corner with Santa in it. Locked in the cage.
You don't look like you've crashed into a 747. So why does Grumpus want to lock you up? What is all this?
Santa is overjoyed to see you, Derek, as you approach, and he tells you that Krampus is a terrifying creature that intends to rule the Christmas season with fear and horror, and essentially turn it into a new holiday that Krampus intends to call Halloween 2.
Holiday filled with horror. Is he related to Mrs. Grotswine by any chance?
That's a good idea, that.
Comes running in and she goes, Santa. She goes, why don't you ever come and see us?
I do at the orphanage. I every year I climb down the chimney and leave the presents in the playroom.
And she looks down at her feet and she goes, we're not allowed in the playroom.
It's awful. What type of awful person would not let children have Christmas presents?
Well, I did tell you I thought she was related to Grumpus.
Oh, and reading ahead there. Yeah, as I say, the lock to the cages, the lock on the cages, well, exquisite and possibly slightly magical in nature. And yeah. Basically, the key to the cage is on a cord tied around the beast's neck.
Where is this Krampus? We didn't see him when we came in.
He's out gathering firewood.
And she looks at Derek and says, Derek, if he's gonna come back, he don't know we're here. We can maybe like ambush him or something. Jump him when he comes back.
Maybe you could set up a trap or something.
Well, and then she's gonna look around for anything, bits and pieces or whatever that she could figure something out. And I mean, even if we can just, set a tripwire where he falls on his face and we can jump on his back before he realizes that anything happened. So,
Right, exactly.
so she's gonna go back over by the door. She's gonna look for stuff that she could like maybe make a rope or a tripwire that she can hide under the snow or
There's no
whatever
snow in
that.
here, alas, but
that
obviously, well, I've
well,
unlocked focus so you can move around freely.
over Oliver over. She's Oliver. She goes, if I look around, can I find a rope?
I don't. Let's have a look. Did he tell us what's in his? No, I don't. Well, you have a look around. I didn't give anyone. No one's got hidden stash adventure card, have they? Oh, hang on, what's this? No, something just popped up that I'm interested in. It's not pop up. Oh well, something looked interesting about some new feature functionality in Fantasy Grounds, but I saw it pop up. I didn't see something. It looks like it's they put a nice one in. I'll have to find it later. I think my annoyance thing of where basically it's to do with Windows saving, but I thought it did that anyway, so I was distracted. I apologise. No, I don't believe actually. Funny enough, I don't think there is any rope in here, but maybe there is. If you spend a penny, I'm sure you can find some.
Wax candles.
Well, like I said, well, you don't forget the most oft forgotten use of beddies. As I say, if you spend a beddy, I'm sure you can find one. You can change the narrative, can't you?
Well, she was just going to wax the floor with the candles.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Okay.
And I don't have to spend a penny to find different stuff. So she's going to go over, grab a couple of the candles, blow them out, take them over, and while they're still hot, smear them on the floor to, as far back in as she can to wax down the floor. And then once she does that, she's going to plant herself right here. So when he comes sliding down, and Oliver will plant himself over here. Whoops, not on the wall, Oliver. And then the badger will come over here just behind the fire pit thing where he can jump out and join them real quick.
Derek and Dwight are going to come over here to the bookshelf
Mm-hmm.
and see if there's anything on here about Grumpus. Just to see if there's like maybe a weakness that he has.
She's got the iron poker in a hand, and then Oliver has got his knife in the other hand. So, and we're just waiting for him to go sliding down.
The fact that I put bookshelf there does make there is something about the book.
Oh, I got a better idea. Oliver, can you ask Brock to go up and when he sees Krampus coming, come running in here really fast so Krampus will chase him and make it more likely that he'll slide on that wax?
Ah, here we are. Going through around the table. There's also a variety of books, including the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. So I think they're very much sort of like there's lots of books there. They seem to be manifestos and plots for revolution and control and stuff like that. Some big weighty books, I suppose. Whether they're any use, I don't know. Nothing about the Krampus though.
Well, the badger's up there waiting at the entrance for the Krampus to come back, and then when he gets his attention, he's going to come flying in here, hoping Krampus will chase after him and not notice the wax and slide.
A trembling growl reverberates through the cave, quickly followed by the reeking stink of wet goat. Hoofbeats on the damp floor echo as the Krampus emerges. To be honest, actually, I think at this point, yeah, sorry. I'm afraid basically Brock takes one look at the Krampus coming towards him, and I'm afraid to say he bolts.
What he wanted him to do was to run. All we wanted to do is.
I know.
Krampus.
I know, but unfortunately, he took one look at the Krampus and ran for it.
Yeah, he didn't make sure that the Krampus saw him first.
No, I'm afraid he lost his nerve as the Krampus came towards him. The hoofbeats on the damp floor echo as the Krampus emerges into the cave. He towers above you, far taller than any adult, even the particularly lanky chap who used to deliver the post to the orphanage. His hair is thick and matted, and when he sees you, he grasps a guttural snarl. Ah, how lovely! Fresh meat. At which point, of course, we'll do that. Oh, look at that. Elfie will go on. Obviously, he's standing in the cave. He's got to step forward to get on the waxy stuff, but obviously, as soon as he says that, so you can go on hold if you want to. Jenny, I'm sorry, not Jenny. Who is it first? Dwight. Or you can act. Maybe draw him in. Whatever you want to do. But the Krampus is basically.
Yeah, Dwight is going to step out from behind cover back here, since obviously he's seen us at this point. And
his arms are full with firewood, I should point out. That's where he's been gathering firewood. But yeah, sorry.
And then I'm going to use my sling to slingshot him.
Okay, yeah, you step out from behind the thingy, and you hit the Krampus with your slingshot.
Yeah, didn't expect to do a whole lot of damage to him.
You're going to have to be crafty, gang up, and trick him and all sorts.
Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff, yeah.
All the fun stuff, yeah, exactly. Jenny.
Jennifer, having seen that, is going to pull one of the rocks out of her backpack and throw it at Krampus.
Okay, go for it. You hit the Krampus.
If nothing else, we made him mad enough to come running in here after us, and then she's going to duck around over here.
Okay. Even poor Oliver. Right, the Krampus is going to be enraged by that, I'm going to say. Obviously, he's been hit by two things. They might not have hurt, but they will upset him. He's going to step forwards to there. He will then... I'm going to make it an evasion check because you've made it nice and greasy. Oh, I'm going to make it an evasion check for all intents and purposes, just because it's a nice, easy way to see what happens. Oh, I'm afraid he does. Oh, look at that. It was close. It was close. He does slide slightly, but unfortunately, it's not enough to pull him over. He regains his control there and then comes running after you, Jenny, because you were the last one to move. And yeah, as I say, he's a shaggy, black-haired, long, goat-like horns. His feet are cloven hooves. And he's weighed down with jangling chains and a lumpy leather sack upon his back. So what he's going to do is... Now I've got to remember what he does. Yeah, that's it. So basically, he basically fires the chain out at you. Try and capture you with it, but you're because he's running and obviously unbalanced from the wax. The chains whistle past you, Not do not connect with you. Derek, you're up, sir.
Well, since he's right there in front of him, Derek is going to step forward and give him a karate chop.
Go for it.
Do 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 do. Karate chop.
That's a hit. The dice
ow,
really
ow,
do
ow,
not
ow,
like
ow.
you today, do they?
Ow! You're a lot harder than a normal piece of wood.
Oliver is going to come running over here. You leave her alone,
Oh,
and he's going to slash at him with his carving
sorry.
knife.
I forgot to award you your point in conviction when you convinced Rudolph he could fly. I apologise for that. Okay. Yep. You attacked the Krampus with a carving knife. But again,
I'm going to Benny at one time.
One boy for sale. He's going cheap. Only 7 bennies. That'll thereabouts. Small boy, rather pale from lack of sleep. Give them 1 conviction and stop him getting stout. If I should say he wasn't very greedy, I'd need to hand out adventure cards right now. 1 boy for sale. 1 boy for sale. Come take a peek. Have you ever seen such a nice boy for sale? That's quite a I'm just going to say that. I think he's actually giving you bennies, but I'm conviction. But I'm just giving you one, so that's okay. Maybe though, what I could do.
Then after Oliver fails to do any damage, Brock's going to run over there and try biting him.
You got to remember your combat survival guide. That's a hit.
On hold.
Alfie's moved, so that's okay. New round. Gets us to Jenny, the crafty one.
And she's grabbed the iron poker, so she's going to try hitting him with the poker.
Oh, that's what crap. I'm afraid you can hit him, but you're not hurting him. Okay, so the Krampuses go, well, he's in a bad way right now. Oh, I think he's good. Mind you, the badger did bite him, so I think it's time to go for the badger. Okay. I do believe you can spend bennies on your badger, can't you, Oliver? Soak his wounds because you've got.
Let me do that. Wait, let me.
We'll point out it's not lethal damage. It's because they are just basically wrapping around and constricting. Okay, I'm afraid it's not enough. Unfortunately, the chains wrap around Brock, and he's basically knocked out by it. Brother Krampus starts pulling the chained Brock back. I guess it's a Dwight, the sporty one.
Dwight is going to go on hold.
Okie dokie. Hold. Dwight is on hold. Derek, the plucky one.
Derek is going to use his fighting to aid Dwight.
Aha, I didn't go for it.
Roll fighting dice. Ooh, very nice. Basically, he's going to start doing some karate type chop moves at Krampus to kind of distract him a little bit. And now Dwight will come off of hold.
Oh, hold up. That would be smarts, wouldn't it? Okay, well, that's a raise. Do you want to make the Krampus distracted or vulnerable?
Let's make him vulnerable.
Let's give Derek that as well, shall we?
Okie dokie.
You shaking?
That'll work. And now Dwight is going to come over here and try to climb up Krampus's back to get a hold of that chain with the keys hanging off of it.
Okay. I like it. That'll be an athletics. That'll be an opposed athletics, I think. Actually, you should make him distracted.
I would have wanted him distracted, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll be nice and change it because I'm not going to be that cruel. The whole point is you'll okay. So then yeah. There we go. You rip the chain. You rip the the lever. I say chain. It's probably cord. You pull the lever cord at the key, and the lever cord snaps, and you have the key. You can free the reindeer.
And then I will finish my move by jumping off of him and coming this direction.
Okay, Alfie's going to come off hold. He's coming off hold. Oops, let's try that again. Going to come this way and run up to you and go. He comes up to you and goes, hey kid, give me, you keep the Krampus busy, give me the key, I'll go free Santa.
Nah, I got it.
Looks like it's, I thought Derek did Derek did the sport, didn't he? Yeah, so it's down to Oliver. I got confused there. Oliver is using conviction. Okay, that's carving knife action on Rumpus. Roll for damage. That was unfortunate. The dice really don't like you guys today, do they? That I haven't heard Elspeth.
Well, they heard you talking earlier about just killing us all off real quick, and so they're like, yeah, okay, sure.
I'm getting paranoid that Elspeth cursing those dice rolls. Oh, look at that. You got Betty's. Really, her sound's gone again. Right, the sporty one that is up first.
Dwight is going to run. Come on. selected the right person. There we go. And run. Oh, we are definitely going to Benny that. Oh, that's right. They're fleet-footed. He's fleet-footed, isn't he? He should be moving a lot faster than that. We're going to run back here to the reindeer.
Run back towards the reindeer. Derek, the plucky one, has initiative. That's interesting. If you hover over him, it actually says Derek, the plucky one, has initiative. That must be the crown.
Dum dum dum. He is still distracted, and he is shaken. So let's go ahead and try and give him a punch. Another for real attack. Oop. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do some big mojo.
I don't think I've seen you guys roll so many 1s, 2s, and 3s in a long time. Brings us to Jenny.
Did I fix my sound?
You did.
Okay, she's gonna hit at him again with the iron poker.
Okay, go for it. Oh, but don't forget, we are playing dumb luck. So if you want to, you can spend a Benny and only one Benny, but something bad still will happen to you, but it will be dumb luck. So you get to re-roll your fighting. Ah, alas, it would have been a case of you fell, but the poker flies out of your hand and hits the Krampus. Unfortunately, however, what actually happens is you just you fall. Okay, you fall on the ground, but obviously you're playing adrenaline surge, so you get to go have another go. So get back up without any problems. Go for it. That was a 6 until it changed.
Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I got lots of bennies.
You've got a point of conviction as well if you really want to use it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use conviction and then another benny.
Okay. Give you one when you. I've decided late last night to give you one when you freed off, and I forgot. But I remembered in time for the fight. So, yep, you hit. Roll for damage.
Boy, I'm gonna benny the damage one time. These damn dice hate us today.
Today, yeah, I don't think any of you's rolled higher than a 4, except in exceptional circumstances. Those dice hate you today.
Yeah, well, that's it. At least you got
Well, the Krampus is remaining shaken. So I'm going to spend a Benny to unshake him. I forgot to lock the Bennies. Let's spend one of my copious amounts of Bennies to unshake him. Which reminds me, actually, I need to take 2 off because I had too many Bennies. Obviously, I had 6 Bennies when I should have only had 4. So I spent a Benny to unshake. He basically scoops up Brock and basically throws him into his sack. His back. And that's his action. Just to Oliver. So Brock is.
Oliver is having. Wait, does he needs to spend a benny to keep his conviction going? So he'll do that.
Okay.
And he's gonna slash at him again with the knife.
Okie dokie.
Because he's got his friend.
Friend is in the sack. That's a hit with a raise.
Because he's trying to get my friend.
Oh, we're crying out loud.
Oh my God. Okay, well then that's it for him. And the badger's unconscious.
The badge is inside the sack, so yeah.
And unconscious, so.
Okay. Alfie's going to waddle as fast as he can off the Dwight gate. Look, they're in trouble. Look, I'll get the reindeer out and free Santa. You go back and help your friends. And the Krampus is going first. Okay, so the Krampus is obviously going to do. Who keeps hitting him? Oliver in it. So I think basically he's going to. Yeah, the Krampus is now going to turn and use his chains on Oliver because Oliver obviously wants to be with his friend. But he misses and he ducks. That gets us to Dwight.
Okay, Dwight once again will be running.
Ignoring Alfie.
Oh, of course. I can move much faster than Alfie can, and I know it. Oh, really? Crying out loud. Not much better. Good grief. Okay, so we're going to dart up here, and we're going to unlock this gate.
Okay.
And then we're going to continue up this way. 3 and 7 is 10. So we're going to let the reindeer go, and then we're going to head up towards Santa Claus.
Okie dokie. At this point, having let the reindeer free, the reindeer obviously are able to fly, and basically, their instant action is to pour out. I'm not going to worry because the tokens can stay there because they're not on the combat tracker. They pour out of the pen, charging towards the Krampus. Crying out loud. What is it with the dice today? 12 points of damage. That will shake him. That'll work. Shake the Krampus. Yeah. 30 points of damage. That shakes the Krampus. The Krampus is shaken. Letting the reindeer out as they basically trample over the Krampus. They can do that every turn. That's okay. So that gets us to Alfie. Alfie's got to go. Good job with the key, but your friends really need you. Oliver, back to you. Krampus is just the reindeer sort of came flying in, sort of trampled the Krampus to the ground, and then basically they backed off, and it looks like they're preparing for another charge next round. Okay, you hit the Krampus. What is it with these dice today? Jenny. Jenny attacks and doesn't get the roll. That leaves us with Derek, the plucky one.
Derek, what is Derek going to do? Derek is really convinced that he needs to do some damage to this thing. We will give him another karate chop.
A hit. Oh, that's it. That's the wound. The Krampus is incapacitated. Okay. The Krampus crumples to the floor, and obviously Dwight is off running towards the cage. That's all very good. Anyway, Can I have notice checks from everyone except Dwight? There's something weird. Brock clambers out of the Krampus's sack after the Krampus falls over. There's something a bit awry with the Krampus's body. The Krampus appears little more than leather and fabric costume made with a wooden internal frame. At this point, the chest area of the Krampus starts bulging outwards. Something is obviously trying to push itself out from the torso of the Krampus. You do.
Get our weapons ready.
Okay. Dwight gets up to here, and obviously, well, Dwight, you can run, and you've got to the cage. A small figure emerges from within the costume. Okay. You've reached Santa's cage with the keys, Dwight.
Santa, I will unlock Santa's cage.
Okay, you unlock Santa's cage. Back to the other end. A smuggling figure begins to emerge from within the Krampus. Emerging from the Krampus is a small creature. It has pointed ears and a red hat with a little bell on top of it. It basically goes. It turns round, reaches back inside, and starts pulling out a second individual that, as far as you can tell, looks absolutely identical. So let's get rid of the Krampus. We don't need him now. Out my head, grows the first elf. I guess we should tell you the truth. I'm Pinklebum, and this is my colleague Woopleting. We were elves who were working at Santa's workshop until a few weeks ago, where abruptly the other elf hops in and chimes, "Never mind that. Listen to me, children. It's vitally important that you do not release Santa. You mustn't let him out."
Why not? That's why we came.
Santa thanks you. Great. Santa smiles, Dwight, as you let him out. It goes, "Ho ho ho! Well done. Well, let's go see what your friends are doing with with the Krampus." He smiles benevolently and sort of starts walking back towards the main cave.
And you guys all hear Dwight saying, "Okay, guys, I got him. He's loose."
A few weeks ago, we discovered that Santa's dark secret. It's something so horrible we had to do something, so we locked him in a cage. I admit it wasn't the best plan, but we were trying to come up with a better one.
Well, what's the secret?
Listen, why do you think he lives at the North Pole where it's dark for half the year? How do you think he commands animals like reindeer? How do you think he possesses the power to read your mind and know if you're naughty and nice? He can fly around the world at phenomenal speeds. Have you ever stopped to wonder how he can do that and why everyone has to invite him into their homes?
So you're trying to say that Santa is a vampire?
No, he's the head vampire of the whole world. We can't let him go free. We have to. At that point, obviously, it's interrupted. Santa. There we go. Ho, 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 announces Santa as he stretches, adjusting his large woolly beard. Thank you, small humans, for rescuing me, and thank you, Alafagashif Alafa, the unknowable, for bringing them. The penguin gives a sharp bow and states, "It was a mere trifle for you, my most precious minion." Santa bows in reverence to the penguin and turns his gaze back to the children. Now I'm free once again to resume my reign of winter. Unleashed, such bliss, and so close to the night of Christmas. But this year, I think perhaps it will be a different type of rain. At that point, he pulls his beard back, revealing glistening sharpness of his two elongated vampiric fangs. It will be a rain of blood.
Dwight is there going, wait, what? What?
And if you zoom in, you can see Santa in all his friendly glory. I don't think I've got a picture of him. You just have to zoom in on Santa to see his how friendly Santa is. Oh, hang on, yes I do. Actually, no, that's a different picture of Santa. That doesn't work. That's just a skeleton eating brains in a Santa Claus outfit. But anyway. Actually, if you hover over him, you get a version of it, the token now, don't you, actually? That's even better. You just have to put your mouse over him. So, well. Yeah, Dwight's going, wait, what? So, yeah. Dwight, I should award you all a point of conviction for defeating the Krampus because you thought that's what you needed to do. So there you go. Reindeer are obviously under Santa's command now, so yeah. So at this time, you've got a choice. You can either try beating Santa, or we can fade to we could end the scenario, or you can try and beat Santa. It's up to you. What? You want to hear me out there?
We're trying to decide how I want to do this.
No, because obviously, there's two ways to it. You can literally fight it out, or we could go for the. There's the obviously. You got different choices. You don't have to fight him. Obviously, you can choose other things. He's standing there waiting. He goes, "There you go, a rain of blood." So it's down to you how you want to react. Obviously, you can. Presently, knock 7 bells out of evil Santa, kicking him as he rolls back and forth on the ground. You realise somewhere in the beginning of each stamp that you've somehow found the true meaning of Christmas. But obviously, maybe something else is to your mind. Maybe you think you can demand your gifts from Santa. But, yeah, who knows? Or you could choose to dethrone him, devour him, become the head vampires yourself. Those are your choices, really.
No, Jenny's mad because she marches over there. We came all this way to rescue you because all we wanted was homes, and she's going to hit him with the poker. And you never did anything for us.
Okay, sounds like the plan is to learn the true meaning of Christmas by attacking Santa. That sounds good to me. Yeah, you hit Santa.
I'll Benny that one time.
Say vulnerability. I need to check that. Oh, I know why.
We just shook Santa.
You did indeed. You shook Santa. Okay. Apply that. Apply that. Sounds like knocking seven shades of poop out to Santa is the battle plan.
Jenny's mad because here she had her hopes all up, and he's just obviously not going to do anything for him. So now she's mad.
Well, he is. He's going to feast upon you if you let it. Derek, the plucky one. The conviction hasn't expired yet, technically. Let's give
Derek is going to run.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Now I finally get a decent roll. And we're going to come over here and kick the stuffing out of Alfie.
Okay, I deliberately pushed him over there, but if you want to kick the stuffing out of Alfie, be my guest. Alfie makes Santa look weak. For the...
Oh, I know. I know.
Actually,
Very small.
do that.
I will Benny that once. No, not quite getting there. Okay. That will be Derek's turn.
Jenny, the crafty
Jenny's
one.
spending the newest point of conviction. She's still mad.
Yeah.
And she's got him on the ground. Well, he's shaking right now, so I'm going to hit him again. You never brought us presents, and you left us in that horrible orphanage.
You shake Santa.
He was already shaken.
I know, but he's a vampire. There's only certain ways to hurt vampires.
And she's going to back away a little bit.
Ironically, with an iron poker, you technically could do it, even though it's iron.
Well, she didn't do it that time, so.
Obviously, basically, what I'm trying to imply is obviously...
I could have stabbed him through the heart with the...
Yeah, you need to sort of cold shot him, as it were.
Keeps the conviction going. She'll try again.
Santa's just going to follow you up, going, ho, 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 little girl. Seems you've been naughty. That's good. Makes the blood taste nicer. Ouch. You soak 2 of the 3 wounds. But don't forget, you are the heroes, and heroes never die in Christmas tales.
Yeah, and that's... She's just going to take the wound and...
Yep. It's Sister Dwight. See, you defeated the bad guy too easy a couple of years ago, so I've made him tougher this year.
Made him tougher this year. Okay. Dwight knows about vampires because he's done all the stuff. Does he have anything? Not really.
There's a wooden table and chair over there. What did Dwight pick as the equipment?
Dwight is going to start with a called shot with his slingshot to Santa's heart.
Okay.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
He is a traditional vampire. It's the old stakes to the heart and decapitation to kill him, basically.
Right. But I figure a slingshot to the heart, at least it's got a chance at slowing him down.
Yes. Well, I'm a great fan of the Deadlands version of vampires. It's just you've got to, if you're doing a cold shot to the heart, the damage gets through the invulnerability. I'm a great believer of that as far as that was a hit. Did the -4 on that, so that's a hit. You didn't get the raise, but that's still a hit. The invulnerability will not apply for this shot.
Oh, bother. Really? Crying out loud.
I've never seen you guys roll so low in all my life.
Well, I got a couple of good rolls, but they weren't good enough.
Ones, twos, and threes seem to be all you guys want to roll today. It's ridiculous.
And then, yes, Dwight is going to come over here and knock this chair over onto its back.
Okay. You certainly can do that. You can knock the chair over. No problem at all. Okay, Pinklebum. He's going to run. Which one's Pinklebum? That was Pinklebum. Pinklebum's going to run forwards to there. Going to desperately attempt to grab Santa around the legs. and fail miserably. Puting's going to come over here and go, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" This is not a time to knock the furniture over. Oliver.
Oliver is going to spend his conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, that's gonna get her far enough. Then he's gonna and then start moving towards the Grampus.
Okey-dokey. Grok climbed out of the sack. No worse for wear after of being.
What's his move?
Grok has a pace of 4. He can run.
No, he's gonna run.
You hit the run button now. It should do the run for Brock rather than you because I've moved the combat tracker on. Yep.
Range to bite.
Yep. He got the range to bite, didn't he? Target Santa. Here you go.
And he misses.
Did by 1 point, annoyingly. Hold. Oh, I put Alfie on hold, didn't I? Oh, someone attacked Alfie. Oh, right. Alfie gets to fight back, which could be he's going to peck you. Oh, he hits. Pecks hard, does Alfie. Supposed to attack him. Not when you realise that Alfie is Santa was his minion.
Not the time.
Yeah, probably not the time to have that happen, huh?
No, really not the time. But dumb luck. Don't forget, you got dumb luck. You do get to spend
Yeah, but
one.
then that's going to cost me 2 bennies. I have to spend a benny to be able to spend a benny to re-roll. So
No. As far as I'm concerned, with dumb luck, is you're spending a benny to allow you to re-roll once on the critical failure. You'll still have bad luck, but I'm into. That's my interpretation. It's how I'm going to take it. You know what I mean? So what happens is you soak 2 of the wounds, but while soaking 2 of the wounds, you basically stumble into this candle and basically fall over. That's what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Dumb luck.
okay.
I'm not. Yeah, I think that's the. I think obviously they never said exactly how dumb luck works when it comes to soaking.
Yeah, see, I dodged the blow, but then I go over here and I knock this candle on top of myself, and I scorch myself a little bit.
Yeah, and now your t-shirt's smouldering. So yeah, we'll give you a smouldering t-shirt and you're prone, but you did dodge the blow. So I think that's a perfect example of how I think dumb luck should work on a soak roll. That's what I'm sticking with. Oh, and you get to go first. Well, you managed to basically recover yourself, but obviously you do notice the candle is sort of touching your t-shirt. Your t-shirt is flame resistant, but you're not. But it does seem to be smoking, so maybe Grotswine lied about that. You do.
Oh, I'm sure she did. I am going to stand up and pat my shirt out just to make sure it doesn't catch fire.
Okay, no problem. It's an easy, straightforward action there. It should be a point. I will point out Alfie pecked you because you hit him. He looked surprised you hit him and pecked you. Now all he's doing is looking at you. You get the impression that, you know, if you leave him alone, he sort of looks at you and then goes back and looks at the fight again. So it's up to you. You can obviously hit him.
Okay, so yeah, I will go ahead and head away from him, see if he pecks me in the back for being mean. And then I will...
Oh, you do have an arm skill.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Just actually, isn't it? Because of the way that I've done the token for Jenny, she really does look like she's been injured, whereas it's just caught your cheek. Blood splats. It's interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah. Let's just go ahead and give Santa a chop.
Give him a chop. Must admit, I've always loved the little blood spots on the tokens. I always thought that was cool. What is it with everyone missing him by 1 point? Have you noticed this?
Yep. That's it. That's it.
Uncle Bum. I just realised I can do. Uncle Bum. I hope this works, he says. And he basically grabs a pouch. He grabs a pouch off his belt and he throws it up into the air so it hits the ceiling and bursts, and red and green glitter just float down over you, covering Jenny, Santa, and Derek. Oh, it did. Where's Santa? Santa is unaffected by it. However, Jenny, Derek, you are both healed by the glitter. Although Pickle Bum goes, I haven't got any more of that. Right. Yeah, you push the tear over. Trees, a bag of coal on Santa. Is that what you meant to do?
I meant to use the bag of coal. I'm going to try and break one or more of these.
I thought so. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. No problem at all. Yeah, you snap off one of the legs.
And then I will hand it to Pinkelbaum and say, let me get another one.
Okay. Woopleting, you
mean. Our
mean.
Woopleting, yeah.
You hand it to Woopleting. Okay, Woopleting has got a steak. Woopleting. Wooden steak. Melee weapon. Strength plus D4. Okay. Now, if I leave that open, I can drag it onto you afterwards. He goes, thank you. What do I do with this? Another weird one.
Hello?
Hello. I was getting paranoid there.
No, I mean, I had sound and then it just seems to be coming in and out. He already grabbed a candle. He specified that on his last turn. He's going to come over and try to set Santa on fire. What kind of roll do you need?
Let's make it opposed athletics. I'm like, don't forget, if you want to spend a penny. Try again. You get one roll. You can't re-spend a penny on that one, but you know what I mean. Okay, 14. Okay. Santa. Athletics. Oh, that is unfortunate. I rolled really well there, which is really a shame. Okay, so basically, as you go forward, unfortunately, you get some of the glitters still in the air from Pinkle Bum's, throwing it into the air, and unfortunately, you basically lose what you're doing there. And the candle does basically nearly catch hold of Santa's beard, but he whips it out of the way at the last second. Unfortunately, Pinkle Bum's tails on his coat, however, do get caught by the candle. And you set Pinkle Bum on fire. And you could have got
Okay.
Sandra as well.
It's Brock's turn, so he's going to try biting again because he's here and he can.
Go for it. Alfie's just sitting in the corner laughing a lot. Okay, yep, he bites Santa. Okay, that brings us down to Santa, who removes his shaken. Goes, Pinkle Bum, how could you do this to me? It's Pinkle Bum with his clawed fingers. Pinkle Bum's burning body collapses to the ground.
Okay, she's gonna spend a penny to keep her conviction going,
Okay.
and then she's gonna try stabbing him through the heart with the poker.
Go for it. Cold shot.
That's a -4, right?
It is, yeah. Hit with raise.
Hit with a raise on a called shot.
Just hear those sail bells jingling, ring-a-ting, ring-a-ling too. Come on, it's the time the GA handed out some beddies to you. I was thinking the same thing, actually. Thank you very much, Davis.
And I shook him again.
No, don't. That's because you did a cold shot. Therefore, it's no invulnerability. Fortunately, you were 1 point short of actually wounding him. So you do. I'm afraid you still do. Unless you want to re-roll, you still do just shaking. But if you want to re-roll,
I will try one time.
Don't forget to turn on the raise damage. Re-roll. Okay, no invulnerability. So that's 4 wounds. And I get to soak one of them. Okay, you basically skewer that poker into Santa. He cries out in pain and agony and takes 3 wounds. Whoopleting goes, I still don't know what to do with this.
I said, give it to one of them.
All right, I think you cut out what you said there. That's fine. Okay, Whoopleting runs over to.
Grabbed a penny from the long sheet when I re-rolled for Jenny, so you have to give Oliver one and take one away from her.
Okay, give Oliver 1. Oh, for your honesty, I'll let you keep it. I'll just give Oliver 1 back. Whoopleting runs over to you, Derek, and basically says, "Here, take this," he says, and then hands you a wooden stake. Says, I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Right, you're up.
Let us attempt to break another stick. Or, yeah. Leg.
Okay. Yeah, no problem at all.
No problem at all.
Swing of the brag, Cole, you rip off another one. Which, if I go to character sheet, actually, the easiest thing to do is if I go to the party sheet. Right, it depends if you're going to create any more of that's it, but for ease, if I just put them in the party sheet, I'll put logically there's 3 more legs. Whether you break them off is another matter, but I'll put 3 of them in the party
Well,
sheet.
actually, that's what I was going to say. Is I'm going to roll the chair over to its side.
Yeah.
So that I've got access to the next leg.
Yeah, no problem at all. So, yeah. I'll put them in the party sheet so I can always allocate them from there. Okay, that brings us.
And then can I go ahead and just toss one of these over there towards Jenny or Oliver? Just kind of slide it across the ground to them?
Yeah, make it athletics.
Jeez.
That's okay. That's okay. Well,
No. I'm not going to throw it and stick him in the back.
No, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to treat it like a.
Scattered.
Yeah, I was going to let it scatter, but you throw it accurately. So basically, you slide you throw and a wooden stake lands by Jenny and Oliver. So either of them can. If either of them want to pick it up, you just grab it out. I know there's 3, but there's technically only 1 at the moment in the party sheet. So Jenny or Oliver can grab the stake out of the party sheet. It should be pointed out that Santa is hurt by that poker, but it's not being wood. It probably means he might have a chance to recover from it, but it's still basically hurting him a lot. Unless I'm going to end your turn unless you're doing anything else, Mr. Dwight. So.
Oh no, that's fine.
Santa will basically recover being shaken. At the end of his turn, will recover 1 of the points of damage because it's an iron stake. But in the meantime, he's going to go, Woopaltig, I am very upset with you. I think Woopaltig's very much got the point. A plucky one. Oh, I need to take a wound off Santa. Regenerated a wound. Can't regenerate wooden stake wounds, but you can regenerate other stuff because I'm evil.
Okay. Derek's stick went away. You gave it to me, and then now it's gone.
Is it? That's interesting. What do I? Okay, let's go back to the party sheet. Oh, maybe I added it. Maybe I took it into the party sheet, which obviously, you know what I mean. Maybe I used it.
Sure.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, we are going to give Santa a stab. Obviously, this will be a cold shot to the heart. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doobie. Oh, bother. Crying out loud, you are killing me. There we go.
Okay, 22 to hit. It's not the hit rolls that have been a problem most of the time, is it? It's been the damage rolls. Go for it.
You mean like that?
Okay, but it's no invulnerability,
no.
so it still wounds him.
Okay. Apparently, I'm just destined not to roll bigger than a 3, so.
Okay, Santa does not soak the damage, and he's not invulnerable. That's a wound. Santa takes a wound. Santa is on 3 wounds and is shaken. There's wooden stake lying on the floor if you want to grab it out of the party sheet, Jenny. Lost voice again.
No, I
Okay.
hadn't
Oh,
answered. I was trying to get
okay.
everything here because I'm trying to juggle between two.
I know. I do appreciate it's harder with 2 characters, but I think 4 characters has made
Okay.
it more interesting.
She renewed her conviction, so she's going to try the cold shot to the heart with the wooden stake.
Okay, if you grabbed it, yes, you have. Go for it.
Yeah. Nope, I'll Benny at one time.
Roll that damage. Well, that's enough to incapacitate Santa.
Yes! Spent a lot of bennies and conviction there, but hell.
Okay, Santa goes down on the floor. He has 2 stakes embedded in his heart, and he is lying there. Soak it, so that's my mistake.
And that would be Jenny's turn.
Yeah. Interestingly, actually, I just remembered why. I just remembered the gory reason I gave you carving knife.
And Oliver is mad because they lied to him. So he's going to march over here to Elfie. He's going to run because he's mad. Well, that only gets him one more. He's going to start running towards Elfie. When you lied to us.
He goes, don't recall where I lied. I'm obviously, for all intents and purposes, for now. He goes, you obviously, I shall unlock tokens if you want to move. I'm not entirely sure how I lied. I said you needed to save Santa because he was trapped, and he was. Now, we're in an interesting situation here. You have defeated one of my minions, which means there is a job opening. Interested?
No. Brock has come over here and he's. No.
Must be. You do not want to fight Alfie. But,
I'm not saying kids
no.
and schools and.
Okay. Well, look, as I say, all you've got to do is, if you want to take his place, look, all you've got to do is devour Santa. You'll become head vampires of the world yourselves, and then you can be sitting atop thrones of skulls in your own fortresses, as rivers of blood fill the world, and you relish your sovereignty over the humanity with a newfound position of blood gods. Surely that's the true meaning of Christmas.
No, he was supposed to find us families.
I see. Well, so you rescued him, which is what I asked you to do, and therefore you are free to go. If you ask Rudolph Knightley, he might fly you somewhere safe. Just leave me with Santa.
No, that's not good enough. We have to go back to that horrible orphanage, and we did what we were asked to do.
Oh, indeed. But I only wanted you to save my minion, and you did. In the fact he was foolish enough to be defeated by you, and I offered you immortality and power, and you didn't want it. What else do you want?
We want homes, real homes with real families.
Why would I want to do that for you? Did it for me. Maybe it would be interesting.
Well, we won't go back and tell everybody about you.
They won't believe you. Okay, tell you what. It's going to take Santa many years to recover from the damage you've done, but he's still alive right now. So if you leave him with me, then I'll find homes for you all.
Good families, not just find homes, good families.
Indeed. Indeed, obviously, yeah. So it's the least I can do for my little helpers. Yeah, yeah.
No, you
Okay.
want him awfully bad. So Jenny comes running over here to the fire. She grabs some candles and she goes and sets that body on fire on top of everything else.
Okay. It should be pointed out that he's yeah. Alfie doesn't seem to because that's just going to mean it's going to take him more years to recover. No, okay. I've got an idea. He says, and he whips out 4 pieces of paper, saying, "Here, okay. All you got to do is sign these, and which it says I will give you homes as requested, and you just have to give me one little thing in the future. I wouldn't worry about it. Just sign here." He holds out the parchments in one flipper, and in his other flipper he holds a pen. Just sign here, and you can all each have a lovely home where you'll be loved and looked after, and the parents won't get divorced or anything. You'll all have parents, and you'll all believe you were always there, and you'll never remember any of this nastiness. And they'll all be close nearby, and you'll all be friends together. All you have to do is sign these pieces of paper.
I think it's Oliver who's got the knife. Is that correct?
And it's Oliver who's got the knife.
Okay. Derek is going to whisper in Oliver's ear, "Go cut off the head and toss it in the fire."
And Oliver's gonna go over with the knife. He's gonna cut off the head and then walk over and toss it in the fire.
You really don't want to do that. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, says Alfie.
Well, yeah, we don't like you anyway.
His eyes have started glowing bright red. You really need to stop doing that. Oh, don't worry about that. He's incapacitated. He goes, "Please, I really think you should stop. You won't like what I have to do if you cut Santa's head off."
He cuts his head off and he carries it over here to the fire and throws it in.
He goes, "Now, why did you do that? Now I have to do what I'm allowed to do." And with that, he vanishes. He's not allowed to attack you unless you attack him first. However, he leaves there are 4 pieces of paper on the ground, and the pen is still there.
Dwight is going to pick up the piece of paper and read it very, very carefully.
It seems to be absolutely everything. The only thing is down there at the bottom. It would appear that Alfie says you only have to give him one little thing. That is just basically the soul of your firstborn, apparently.
Oh no. No, can we scratch out that part and void it?
You most certainly can, because Alfie's not here to stop you.
Then we're gonna scratch out the payment and we're gonna sign.
Okay. Will fade to black, and there's obviously it's Christmas morning, and in each of your 4 houses that all live on the same street, you wake up and you find that there's a large amount of presents at the end of your beds. That's where we shall leave it. Congratulations! Hope you enjoyed that.
And still, with just 2 of us trying to juggle 2 players each and being little kids, we still beat this in record time.
Yeah, it's something about the kids. They always get through fast, don't you? But I don't mind as long as you had fun. I did, certainly. I'm glad we've had it. It's a silly little adventure. I did like it. So,
Yeah, and we had actually managed to pull it off, despite the fact that where it's just the 2 of us, well, 3 of us counting the GM.
yeah, very much.
Yeah, see, Dwight didn't trust Alfie from the get-go. That's why he didn't give him the key. He just didn't think that Alfie was like the super boss. I thought Alfie was just like behind the capture.
He was just like kind of like way too anxious to get that key away from you.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously he was worried that you would set Santa free. But if you killed the Krampus, you know what I mean? And the elves would have obviously the elves would have when you got the key. they possibly would have just get up the thing and admitted it, but he was worried that you wouldn't set him free, so that's okay. But yeah, he's an interesting one. I must admit, actually, all the way through it, I mean, what's the adventure called? Because it's obviously a fun one. It's called Stinky Orphans, a Call of Cthulhu Christmas adventure that obviously I savaged. That's aside, but all the way through it, it goes like, "Can we kill Grotswine?" It's like, and then obviously, unfortunately, wholesale murder isn't particularly Christmassy at the best of times, unless your idea of watching Christmas is 80 slasher films. So it goes on like that, and then could you kill Scott? The idea is you're not supposed to. Though in the original adventure, Alfie and Santa and all the others don't have stats. Can we kill the smugglers? So again, turning this into a murderous rampage isn't really the Christmas of spirit. You get, and then we get further down there. Where is it? Can we kill Alfie? No, you see, Alfie's a phenomenally powerful eldritch horror. He just happens to possess the body of a cute, adorable, fluffy penguin. The police should probably try not to attack him because he will unleash terrible suffering. They do. And when it gets to, can we kill Rudolph? Okay, now, you know, Rudolph hasn't done anything to hurt the PCs. Obviously, it goes like that. Can we kill the Krampus? Yes. Can we kill the elves? Oh, for the love of! And can we kill Santa? Yes. It's just it's obviously apparently it's all based on the fact that the first time she ran it, that's what all the players kept asking. So, but I had fun. Yeah, you all had a happy ending at the end, which I added in. The adventure doesn't have that. I thought it was when you wanted it. I thought, yeah, you deserve a happy ending. So you didn't fall for Alfie's little trick. So you're all safe. You've got a happy time, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Now on the on Boxing Day, we don't have a game, right?
No, we don't. No, I think basically looking at this, yeah. So next Tuesday, but the last one of the year, and I'm not too sure. We'll see availability, everyone's availability on the 2nd of Jan for Crimson Throne. I mean, if everyone's around and I'm around, we'll run it. As far as I know, I'm around. So if everyone else is around, we'll go for that. But we've got one more. So we got Crimson Throne on the 19th, and obviously, yeah. And then obviously,
you didn't even notice that I properly referred to it as Boxing Day.
I did.
Because my Brummy sister taught me all about Boxing Day.
We don't have Boxing Day in America then.
No, we don't. Because we had never had lords and ladies that were packing up boxes and taking them to their tenants on their lands either.
Exactly. Well, yeah, obviously, but it never occurred to me. It's interesting. Is it still a holiday in America though? The day after Christmas?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, we're lucky then.
No, the day after Christmas is the Great Return. The day of the Great Return, where everybody's taking their Christmas presents that they didn't want, can't use, whatever, and taking them back.
Yeah, that happens in this country on Boxing Day, and obviously it's also the beginning of the sales, Christmas, the New Year sales on Boxing Day.
So. Yeah. Well, it's our after Christmas sales. Everything's discounted massively.
Yeah, no, see, I didn't even bat an eyelid when you said Boxing Day because I've spent 50 years knowing the day after Christmas is Boxing Day, so it's never occurred to me that it's a British thing to call it Boxing Day.
Yeah, well, I had my Brummy sister because I used to run games on Christmas, and we used to get together on that. Well, we'd get together on Christmas Day because she'd spend it by herself, but then she spent Boxing Day with her family.
Yeah, Boxing Day is when I'm going to my sister's.
I'd be busy on Christmas Day, and she'd be busy on Boxing Day. So
yeah.
And so she explained to me what I was like. Why the hell do you guys do that? And she explained it to me.